Shine. How are you? Have you been shopping until you've been dropping? It's Black Friday. Good morning to you. I'm First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, and it is lovely outside. Sure, there's some fog. We're going to be tracking all of that for you, but at least it's a nice start to the day. Top two things we are watching, obviously, the Black Friday shopping forecast. Are you ready? Did you get what you needed to get? Do you need to get what you need to get? I'll share with you one little hint that I have used for years now. And listen, I'm not going to pretend to be Mr. Professional Black Friday shopper, but I've got a hint as a man who's not somebody who wants to go fighting crowds that may help you out. Plus, we're setting the mood. It just might be the wrong mood. We're trying to get all set for Christmas, and temperatures are going the wrong way. Yeah, maybe you're seeing that on the bottom of the broadcast if you're watching us on the video feed. The ticker says it all. Those temperatures. But your girlfriend, woof. Oh, but coffee always hits the right note. Every single day. Never disappoints. All right, so that's what we're watching today. Let's take a live look outside and check out our Tower Cam network. This is Lake County and Lake Dora. Once again, we are dealing with pockets of dense fog across central Florida. Visibility numbers, of course, I would have been better off if I had prepped this. I'll find the graphic. Visibility numbers have been down. We have had dense fog advisories posted in parts of central Florida all morning long. There it is. I knew I'd find it. Here you go. Lake County, 1 mile visibility in Claremont. This is not in Claremont. That was north. That was in Mount Dora area. It's 1/4 mile visibility around Leesburg. So that's a better representation. Palm Coast is at a 1/4 mile visibility. We're at 2 miles New Smyrna Beach. So you can definitely tell it doesn't take a meteorologist to look out the window and say, oh yeah, there's some fog going on. We have had dense fog advisories. Let me pull up the dense fog, the latest map. Here's the dense fog advisory map across central Florida. It includes the metro, Orlando, Sanford. It's basically everybody but Brevard, Osceola, Polk, and Sumter counties in the WESH 2 coverage area at least. All right, so definitely still watching the fog. If we take a look at our Futurecast fog tracker, okay, we start with the fog by 9:30, 10 o'clock. We start to see those visibilities improving. And then into, of course, lunchtime, we're back to 10 miles. Anything above 10 miles is pretty much okay. So, just keep that in mind, all right? All right, temperatures around Central Florida live and updating. 68 in the Villages, 70 degrees in Orlando, 70 degrees in Kissimmee, and we are at 72 degrees in Melbourne. So it's a comfortable start to the day. It is a bit warm. First warning live Doppler radar at 8:04 on a Friday morning. Pretty clean sweep. Like to see that. So let's look ahead at our 12-hour forecast, shall we? 74 with fog, 9 o'clock. Doesn't surprise me. That's pretty much exactly what we would expect. We're headed to 80 degrees by 11 o'clock, 84 by 1 o'clock, and we'll continue up to about 86 today. The temperatures are going in the wrong direction. A 10% chance of showers. It's looking to be pretty nice. Look at these afternoon highs. Anytime you get a southwest wind, you get warm temperatures. Case in point, right? 86 in Orlando, 85 degrees in Leesburg, 83 degrees in DeLand, 83 in the Villages, 81 for us in Palm Coast. So, yeah. Annie says, I turned the air back on. So did I. And here in my office, the ceiling fan, I don't know that I've ever turned off the ceiling fan in the office. But it's working for sure. Yeah, I cannot believe that that the air conditioners are back on, but here we go. All right, so let's talk records because, yeah, we're going to be in the ballpark of record highs today. Orlando's forecast is 86. Record high is 87. We'll be about a degree off. Maybe we hit it. A little extra sunshine, and boom, it happens. Sanford, a degree off. Leesburg, a degree off. A couple of degrees off Daytona Beach. But Melbourne, about a degree off. Yeah. Jenny says, I guess I'll be in shorts at Epcot for candlelight. Is it already starting? I've got to go. I didn't know that. It is already starting. Chris says, how am I supposed to decorate for Christmas with temperatures like this? Don't blame the messenger? I don't know. Elliot says, I hope you enjoyed Thanksgiving. I went non-traditional and had pink salmon for my meal. Oh, that sounds great. Terry, what happened to our fall? Remember, in Florida, it's not like we establish fall and stay there. We get cooler temperatures, then we get warmer temperatures, then we get cooler temperatures, then we get warmer temperatures. Let's look at the raw GFS. Let me just refresh this. There's your raw GFS numbers. Hold on. Let me expand this out. Stand by, people. Yeah, I mean, but you can, you can clearly see on this raw GFS number, it's not like we've got a cool down really coming, for what it's worth. I mean, highs get back into the 70s. That's 77. That's December 2nd. The model wants to, that's December 11th. The model wants to get feisty, but not overly optimistic at a big hit of cooler air. Yeah, sorry to say that, friends. So for today, we've established near record heat, right? Black Friday shopping does also include a mention of a quick passing shower, but it really doesn't look bad. Warming temperatures into the mid-range of the 80s, yeah. Arch says, I didn't listen to you, didn't have Thanksgiving outdoors, and no rain. You know what's funny, Arch? I actually remember you saying, I guess I can't have Thanksgiving outside, and I remember saying, you probably can. You pretty much can. Arch, next year, let's talk again. Listen. Of course, if I would have gotten it right, you would have done it outside and it would have rained, and I wouldn't have gotten it right, Yeah. Nikki says, come to Candlelight on December 28th. I'll be singing at the 7 and 8:30 shows. Really? I have to come. We brought the kids for 1 year. Yeah. And then the pandemic. Maybe we brought them 2 years. I don't know. But I would love to. Tina says, moved here 2 years ago and have been wearing shorts ever since. I'm wearing my shorts. Whoops. Joanne says, I start decorating today. I love it. I love it. I'll probably bring down my Tom the Turkey inflatable stayed up through last night. I'll probably bring him in this morning. And then I think I will commence my projection shows this weekend. Yeah, probably going to do that. Lori says, Space Coast Marathon on Sunday. Any rain expected? So let's look at the 7-day forecast. But it doesn't look too bad. And then we're gonna look long range too. Right? So there's a couple of showers. It's not going to be a washout no matter what happens. And we can take a look at Futurecast in a more long range mode for you. But there are a few showers for our Saturday and for our Sunday. But today's not looking too bad. Taylor says, I went listening mode for a few. Was getting pie for breakfast. You get that. Listen, some of you may or may not know Wendy Chioji, the Wesh legend. She passed away. But she was all about that pie for breakfast. Always, always about it. You want it, you get it. You don't take it. So, Wendy, the tradition lives on. I love that. Elliot says, loved yesterday. Great football games. Even football games that weren't supposed to be good ended up being good, Yeah. Terry says 70s are fine, but high 80s and this awful humidity belongs to South America. I mean, we live in the tropics, like it or not. But understand that we always want to end up closer to our normal high. So our normal high, and you can see on the bottom of the 7-day forecast there, our normal high is 77. We want to get back there, right? So like, for example, today's warm, little weak shift in the wind will drop the temperature tomorrow, then it'll get warm, and then a front actually moves in. Let me kind of illustrate. So notice Sunday warm, Monday down a little bit. Why? Because on Monday, we've got another front moving through. That front is kind of why we've got some showers in the forecast this weekend. It's running a little slower because it's a little bit weaker, all right? But Monday, that front finally breaks through the clouds and finally ushers in some lower humidity. It's not going to be cooler, but it looks better, right? And so that gives us Monday, Tuesday, nice. And then the temperatures start climbing, and then by Thursday, Friday of next week, we'll get another front that should help to drop things off just a little bit. Betty says, garden day here. I need exercise. I ate too much. Good for you. Get out there and own it, right? Do what you got to do. I don't think I did too badly. I ate. Don't get me wrong, I ate. But I look, I can't really eat on this new stomach anyway. Belinda says, USA football today. Very cool. That's right. Debbie says, my daughter told me she wanted to dress for dinner. It was Friendsgiving. I came up to Atlanta in my skirt, nice shirt, and when we got dressed, her comment, you look like spring, not Thanksgiving. I live in Florida. Debbie, I get it. So, not a sponsorship. I pay full price for this. But I signed up for Stitch Fix, which I need a new wardrobe, okay? I've lost 150-ish pounds. So it's not only helping me get a new wardrobe, but it's helping me perhaps get some things that I wouldn't have normally picked. And it's funny that you say that. Let me find. With Stitch Fix, I got this shirt. Now, I don't know if you could see it. It's like a very autumn, like a fall shirt. I would have never picked that off the rack. But because it's Stitch Fix, I put it on. I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, it's helping me get things that I wouldn't normally be picking. You know? I think it's kind of neat. It's a little expensive, but I need clothing. So it kind of forces me to buy some stuff, which is, cool. Debbie says, nice shirt. Women, though, the struggle. Oh, 100%. Listen, I mean, for me, I could own, there are people in television. Okay. You want to talk about that, right? And please, I'm not like going down this path to try and like be sexist in any way, shape, or form. And I don't think that it should come out that way. But I work with women that have to constantly change their outfits because there are terrible people that just write mean emails and things like that. So this is not a new thing. This is the way that television has been. Okay? I mean, I've been in TV for 22 years and it's always been that way. So what I thought was really interesting is several years ago, there was a meteorologist who had had enough of this. It's a guy, and he's like, I want to point out the double standard here and how unacceptable it is. So listen to what he did. One of his colleagues had gotten a nasty email. They were working in a smaller television market. And, you don't make much money. You're on television. You make millions. Yeah, no. Okay? So he decided for, I don't know if it was a month, if it was 2 months, he wore the exact same suit. One suit. Meanwhile, the girl on his team, she's changing her outfits. He wore the exact same suit and just changed his tie. Do you think that anyone ever called him out on it? No. Then he did a story on it to try and raise awareness to the fact that, You should be nice, people. So anyway, I just thought that was an interesting story. I don't like the double standards thing. But, if we just spread kindness in the world, we should be able to move the needle, even if it's just a little bit. Joanne says, looking forward to getting smaller clothes, but it'll be a while. Listen, every step in the right direction is a step in the right direction. Looking forward to getting smaller clothes, though. Joanne, that's great. Rose, nice shirt. I think when we've carried extra weight, I think we won't look good in anything that stylish. I would agree with that. And Rose, I still see myself as being the 300-pound guy. Jeannie, I need a clothing sponsor. I don't know that Wesh would allow for a clothing sponsor. So I will buy what I can as I can. Hey, working parent. There's only so much money to go around, and those kids are like daycare bills, diapers, college. So it's all good. We all just do the best we can, right? Isn't that the game of life? I think so. So anyway, all right. So any questions so far? We can look long range. We haven't done that in a while. Shall we do that? Oh, Terry, thank you, my dear. I appreciate it. Thank you. Barb, good morning to you. Wildwood, love it. Thank you, Elliot. I don't remember how that saying came, but it's cheesy, and I remember when I first started saying it. I thought that it was so cheesy, and I know my colleagues made fun of me, not on the weather team, but, people. So I don't care, though. It's about how we feel, Keith says, in our skin. No one else is paying our bills. And everybody's got their things. Absolutely. Julie says, people have forgotten the rule. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Yeah. It's true. Oh, Jennifer. Eric, you look great. Thank you, Jennifer. So healthy. Oh, I feel it. I've recently lost a ton on my own journey. I know how hard it is. I'm raising my cup to you. Joanne says, don't feel that way. You're now healthier. I think it's a body image thing. If I'm honest, I don't know that I will ever not see myself as what I was. Truthfully. It's weird. It's this thing. It's weird. Anyway, all right. You're asking about going long range. Let's do it. Enough of this sappy stuff. All right. So there's the 7-day forecast, not really showing much of a break in anything. All right. The GFS kind of keeping the temperatures warm the next couple of weeks. So let's do this. Let's look at the BSR. Now, what is the BSR? If you're new to Coffee Talk, this is a long-range forecast technique that we use. It's nothing meteorologically is perfect. But what this is a way to just kind of look at future. It's a teleconnection. It's essentially the weather around Alaska teleconnects to the weather here about 2.5 weeks later. Mercy says, Stitch Fix is great, but beware if wrongly influenced. You still have to buy to your taste, especially to your undertone. Oh, for sure. I've already outlined that. Yeah, I'm definitely more of a spring color palette. I've had an image consultant tell me that. Otherwise, I would have had no idea. I like the brighter colors. I live in Florida. Granted, I'm wearing a black shirt, but I think this is the only black shirt I have. And no, I have a UCF black shirt. It's one of the black shirts that I have. And I'm only wearing it because it's Black Friday. I'm like, well, let's go with the theme. Frank says, 3 people of the Burris men are looking great after losing a bunch of weight. And then there's me. Frank, you don't. You stop that. You haven't gotten any bigger, Frank. I feel like you have looked the same as long as I've known you. And I feel like I've known you all my life. That's because you have. Oh, okay. Oh, that coffee. All right, so BSR. So what are we looking at? First off, decent cold front right off the bat. Very first frame of the BSR. This is 12Z on the 10th. So let me do some calculations. That's Sunday into Monday. All right, we know that there's a cold front. How do we know? Because Sunday into Monday it goes from 85 to 79. So right off the bat, cool beans, There it is. There's that front showing up on the BSR, except this front took place 2.5 weeks ago. All right. There's another cold front, a little bit of a storm system. So that would be November 29th, okay? So November 29th is next, like, Tuesday. And you can kind of see there's some showers in there. All right, but there's the front. Late week, the model's trying to show a little storm system moving through. So that's going to be around Wednesday/Thursday. And that storm system, you can see Thursday right now is only showing up at a 20% chance of rain. But the BSR would have you believe that there's probably, that rain chance will probably go up just a little bit. So there's that. All right. Frank says, I hide it well. You're such a goober. All right. High pressure building in. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, no. Is that the trash truck? Hold on a second. Did I miss the trash truck? Totes did. All right. Totes did. Okay. All right. So we've got a nice unsettled pattern coming up. Look at that. A little storm system in the Gulf. Nothing too big, but a little storm system. It's not going to be tropical in nature, but a little storm system in the Gulf there. Around December 2nd, 3rd, 4th. All right, so now we're outside of the 7-day forecast. Kind of getting stormy off the East Coast. A little Texas storm system there. Looking around. There's another cold front. That cold front comes through. That's December 6th. Doesn't look like it's going to be a massive cold front there, though. Maybe, you know. There's a push of cooler air there. Like December 8th or 9th. So interestingly enough, December 8th or 9th, you can kind of see the winds turn to more of a northwesterly direction. December 8th or 9th, the model right now is showing 81 to 72. So that would track. Wait until Jeannie notices that I've missed the trash truck this morning. Bonnie says I missed the trash truck also. Ugh. All right, now that's an interesting little thing. You see that? Little storm system south of us. That's the December 9th. A little low coming into South Florida. December 9th. You see that? That's interesting. Let's do this on our calendar. On our calendar. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, December 9th, I'm going to just put in South Florida low, question mark, all day, calendar, me, added, 11/25. All right, so that's an interesting little feature there, right? Around South Florida there, you see that? Cruising on out. That's quite a low. Interesting. 24th. And then you see that Gulf low there? That's interesting. So that's the 25th of November. That's like the 12th/13th. I'm working night shift on the 12th. So I'm going to write Gulf low. Gulf storm, Gulf low, question mark. And I'm going to put added 11/25. All right. So that'll be interesting. I'm working nights that day, so that'll be fun. Thanks, Tony, for taking off on a busy day. All right. Okay. All right, so there's that. Now, you want to look even further out, right? So let's take and apply the GFS to the BSR principle. And this will at least give us a bit of a glimpse ahead, okay? There's a nice little storm system. That would be standby. That'd be around the 16th. Storm system around Louisiana / Florida. Getting warmer. Oh. Based on this, friends, Christmas is going to be warm. Based on this, there's Christmas morning, which would be a cold front literally working into our area. Yeah. Okay. So warm, right now it looks like warm Christmas Eve, and then kind of a front pushing in on the backside. Upper air heights. Yeah. So there's cold front right there, and that is 18Z. That's like that's Christmas Day / the day after Christmas. So there's going to be a cold front moving in, cooling us down right there. It looks like Christmas Day there may be a front. So I would say at this point it looks like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day look warm, but like Christmas afternoon into the day after Christmas, cold front, stormy, and then chilly afterward. All right? I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to put on Christmas Day, I'm going to add, and I'm going to say warm front approach, turning cooler day after Christmas. Okay, that's what I'm putting in. I'm going to put warm, comma, front approaches, comma, turning cooler day after Christmas. That's what I'm putting on Christmas Day on my calendar right now. Added 11:25. Okay? We'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays out. Yeah, Christmas is going to be transitioning, at least in our weather world, as the BSR shows it. So it's not perfect. Understand it's not perfect, but it's something. It's a tool that we can use. All right? Joanne says, yuck, hot Christmas. Would you be mad? Would you be mad if it was? What if it turned cooler right after? You know? Judy, good morning. Do you have any long-range forecasts heading to Massachusetts on the 2nd, and we'll be driving? Any snowstorms headed that way? Love your coffee talks. Thank you, Judy. Okay, the 2nd of December. Let's look. All right. Let me widen this out. Asking about the 2nd of December. Give me a second. All right, so there's that. Just trying to get this framed, and then we can go. Okay, all right. You want Massachusetts? This is not going to be a forecast. I'm just going to look at the model data, as long as you know that. All right. You said the 2nd. So some rain coming through the next couple of days. Look at that right there. So that's the first, a couple of snow showers up north in New England. There's the morning of the 2nd, looking clear. The 3rd looking clear. The 4th, some rain moving in with some snow showers mixed in, but mostly rain. Yeah, so I think you'll be all right. Yeah, I think you'll be all right. I love warm weather, Linda says. Well, listen, Linda, you moved to the right place, right? I mean, we've had kids in the pool on Christmas before, so it happens. It does. But it does look like there's a cool down right after, all right? So there you go. Shauna says, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Mine was quiet. 2 of our sons weren't home. One is deer hunting in Pennsylvania, the other in Puerto Rico at a friend's house. Now I have a ton of leftovers. So we're all heading to Shauna's house. All right? All right. So warm temperatures the next 7 days. Couple of additional showers in there this weekend. Otherwise, hey, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Be the sunshine in someone else's day, would you? Have a wonderful, wonderful Black Friday. Thank you so very much for hanging for Coffee Talk with me today. We looked ahead to long range. Now we can at least have an idea of what's to come for Christmas. That's kind of cool. I'll never complain about that. All right, y'all. Be good. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. What are you doing tomorrow at 8? Shall we get back together? Let's do this. Let's do this again. We should do this 7 days a week. What do you think? Does that work for you? All right. Very good. Thanks, guys and gals. See you later.